Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be kind of doing a mini review of some of the newer items that I've bought over the past probably about a month, and I'm really enjoying and loving. So we're going to go over kind of step by step. I don't have a new item for every single thing that I have on my face today, but I do have quite a few to share with you. So if that is something you're interested in, stay tuned. Okay, first we're going to start off with a new primer that I purchased recently, and this is from a company called Juno & Co. Now, you may have heard a lot about Juno & Co. in reference to their sponges. They were, I believe, one of the first ones on the market, maybe the first one on the market, to come up with the sponges that have kind of that velvety texture on the outside. Well, they're branching out now, and they've since released some face palettes, some different kinds of sponges, and a new primer. And I purchased this in a bundled set. The Moonshine Miracle Cream, which is a primer, and the Bombshell face palette, and I'll show you these closer in a minute. And then I received one of their cloud sponges free with my purchase. So if you were to buy all three of these things separately, the Moonshine Miracle Cream primer is $35 for this jar. It is a fairly large jar, and it is gorgeous. I don't know if the camera is picking up on it, but it's kind of a very dark purple, and it has sparkles in it, so it looks like the night sky, kind of. I kind of understand the moonshine part of that now. And then I got, with the bundle, the Bombshell palette, face palette, and this palette sells by itself for $22. So you get both of those, and I did purchase them together for the $49. That's a pretty good savings, because separately it was, what, $62, I think? So that's a pretty good savings buying them as the bundle. And then they threw in their cloud sponge for free. The cloud sponge is not their velvety textured sponge. This is more of a traditional kind of a beauty blender kind of a sponge, and they're not kidding though. It is super soft. The sponge I usually use is the Sonia Kashuk from Target. It's their larger sponge, because I like the larger size of from a sponge. I just do. I don't know. This one's probably more of a traditional size for a sponge. It is a white cream color, and it is super soft. It's got two flat sides, so a smaller one here and a larger one here, and then it comes to a very nice pointy tip, and it's really good for getting in under those eyes. So far, really enjoying the sponge. Back to the Moonshine Miracle Cream. I do think this is a really nice primer. It is very hydrating if you have dry skin like I do. It's a very thick cream. Some people say they can smell a scent and some don't. I smell the scent and I don't mind it. It's a very light kind of a clean scent. It's a white cream, and it is very thick, and it feels very luxurious, very soft on the skin. It does have a blurring effect to the skin, and it's visible if you put it on your hand. Put it on the back of my hand the first time I got it, and I could see that it was blurring some of the pores right on my hand. So that claim is true. And the makeup sets beautifully on top of it. I've used several different foundations, liquid foundations on it, and the makeup lasted an appropriate amount of time. Did it help it last longer? I don't know that it did that, but it definitely was a very nice smooth surface for the foundation to go over top of. And then moving on to their Bombshell face palette. This actually comes in two different shades. There's the Bombshell palette, and there's also the Cherry Bomb palette. The Cherry Bomb palette is slightly lighter, in my opinion, than the Bombshell palette. I chose this one. I just preferred the colors that were in it, and knew that I could get away with the bronzer that's in it, even though my skin is a little lighter now that I'm not tanning as much. But this palette is so pretty. When I saw it on the website, first of all, I thought that the front was gorgeous. It has a beautiful, there's a Bombshell lady on the front with some very high heel red shoes, and it says Bombshell Perfectionist on it. The packaging itself is, I want to say this is very, very hard plastic, and it has an inlay in the front, and then the shades are really, really pretty. I'm hoping that the camera can pick up how beautiful these are. You can see that this one is more of a highlighter. It's kind of a champagne highlighter, has a very nice texture to it. It's very, very shiny. Then we have the next one. This is, I would call it more of a blush topper. It's a little dark for my skin tone to be wearing that as a highlighter, but it looks beautiful as a blush topper on me, so I really enjoy that one as well. Then this one is the bronze shade. Again, very creamy formula, little bit of kick up in the pan with that one though. And then this one is the blush, and it's a beautiful mauve rose blush on me. So also they have on several of the pans, I don't know that my camera will pick it up because it is so shiny with the rose gold packaging, but the blush has a high-heeled shoe on it, and then it says Bombshell with a tiny little seashell in the highlighter, and then it looks like waves on the I've seen other, it kind of reminds me of the Physician Formula pan, I guess. It kind of looks like waves in the bronzer pan. But I've used every shade in here, and today I do have all of them on my face. Yep. I used the highlighter, the blush, I used the bronzer, and then I used the final shade for a kind of a blush topper just to add a little sparkle. It does have some pretty large chunks of shiny glitter, so if you're not into that, probably that particular shade wouldn't be your cup of tea, but I think it's really pretty. It does not have names on the pans, which I wish they had done that, but I always wish that they would go ahead and put the names on the inside for us. That would be sweet. But they did have it on the box, and I kept the box, and I just kind of taped it to the back. I don't know if you've ever done that, but when I want to make sure I don't lose the shades and it's not printed on the actual component anywhere, this is what I do. I'll just tape the shade names onto the back, and they are Spotlight, Splendor, Sunbeam, and Parfait. So I'm very, very happy with this purchase. Even if I had paid the full price of the $22, I think that the quality, the packaging and everything is well worth the $22 for that. And then that is it for Juno & Co. for now. I will be purchasing more products from them. I can't wait to see what they come out with next. I really can't. It'll be great. So after that, we've got the primer. Then I want to talk about a couple of my favorite foundations that I've been using lately. I tend to go towards a more luminous or a dewy foundation because I have very, very dry skin. So the foundations that I choose tend to be in that category. So do I know if these would work on oily skin? No, I don't. You'd have to find another tutorial or a review of these products for someone with oily skin, because I do not have that. But the first one that I want to talk about is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the packaging, which I think is awesome. It is so sleek. It is a glass packaging. It says foundation, in case you didn't know what you were getting. And it has their logo on the front of the packaging. It has a really nice pump. The shade that I chose is 160C. I just chose it off the website. I didn't actually go in and swatch it, but it's a really good shade match for me. I really am enjoying this foundation. It is not cakey in the least, and I always have a problem, especially right around my nose, with foundations caking up. This one does not do that. It wears very well. I see very little fading, and we're talking after a 7.5, 8-hour day at school with kiddos. So it really does hold up well, and it feels hydrating on the skin. It doesn't feel drying in the least. And I've really been enjoying that foundation. I prefer to put it on with a brush. And it works well both ways, but I just prefer to use the brush. And the brush that I have fallen in love with over the past couple of months is this brush from Tarte. This is their Found Sealer brush. It retails for, I want to say, $26. I will double check that. Nope, $28. I apologize. $28 on their website. This brush is perfect for putting on foundations. I love it. It's very dense. It's nice and rounded on the top. It cleans up very well, washes up very well. The only problem that I've had with these brushes recently is that this beautiful, I don't know how they put this on. If it's just like an applique or how that is added to the handle of the brush, but it does peel off. Now, I may have gotten a defective brush. I've already contacted Tarte, and they were gracious enough to go ahead and replace that brush that was the pretty part here was coming off of it. They sent it out right away. I had it within a couple of days. Their customer service was superb, perfect, and everything you'd want in a customer service when you're having a problem with a product. So I definitely can't fault Tarte for that, and I guess we'll wait and see if the same thing happens to this brush. My husband actually suggested putting some kind of clear coat over top of it just to make sure that doesn't happen, and I think I will be doing that before I break in this new brush. But it applies foundation beautifully. No streaks, no brush strokes. I still tend to go over it a little bit with a sponge when I'm finished, but it is so quick and easy. Absolutely love it. It even gets in around your eyes. I was never a brush user before I had this brush. Now I'm converted. Now I put on my foundations with a brush. So, one more foundation I would like to talk about today. And this one I haven't heard very many people talking about. And I'm not sure why, because I really love this foundation. It probably is, I love it equally as much as I love the Anastasia one. I really do. And it's by Il Maquillage. A lot of people have been talking about the company lately because there was a collaboration that was released recently of, I think, lip products. So I've seen and heard the name of the company going around, but not specifically about this foundation. And I'll tell you, this foundation is wonderful, especially for dry skin. It's called the Woke Up Like This Flawless Base Foundation. The shade that I have it in is 040, and they have a really good way to help you find your shade on their website. If you go to ilmaquillage.com, you can put in a shade and a brand of foundation that you're currently using, and it will suggest to you what they think your shade should be. I got this particular one on their 14-day try it free program. So I was able to try out the foundation for 14 days. If I then liked the foundation, then I would pay the full price of the foundation. I believe this retails for $42 a bottle. So I paid for the shipping and handling on the product, and then after the 2 weeks is up, if you return it, and they send you everything to return it, if you return it, they won't charge your card for the foundation. If you don't return it, they're going to assume you enjoyed it and you want to keep it, and they'll go ahead then and charge your card. There was no way I was returning this. No way. It's a glass frosted bottle. It has a beautiful pump on it. I love this foundation. It will probably be one of the foundations in my rotation for some time to come. Very hydrating, doesn't dry my skin at all, doesn't look cakey, it wears beautifully. Love it. Love it to death. Okay, next product I want to talk about is from Catrice, a very affordable brand, and this one I actually picked up on Ulta.com. And Catrice is, in general, a very affordable brand, and I had heard about this foundation from another YouTuber. I will try to link her name down below because it is escaping me. I believe it's Erica, though, and she does awesome videos. I could only hope to do videos as well as she does, but she recommended this for anyone who has maybe dry or crepey skin under the eyes. This works beautifully for it because it's very hydrating. It doesn't ball up. It doesn't settle into your fine lines. And I was like, sold. And at, I think it's $6.99 a bottle. Definitely sold. Nobody likes to save money like I do. So it is full coverage. It only takes, I put 2 drops under my eyes. I put a little on the forehead and a little on the chin. Blends out in about 2 seconds flat, and this does not settle into my fine lines and looks beautiful under the eyes. It's luminous, and I absolutely love it. I like a brightened or lighter under eye, so I took the shade Porcelain, and it's perfect. I love it. I do use a sponge to do that with, and then I do set it. And the product I've been using lately that is replacing my very favorite under eye setting powder, which was always the e.l.f. under eye setting powder. I know I've mentioned this, you've seen it on Instagram a million times. I wouldn't use anything but this. It was the only one that I found didn't make my under eyes look even more dry and crepey. It is so finely milled that it just, it's beautiful. I do still love it. And the price difference is huge in the next one I'm going to talk about, but I have found something that is comparable to the e.l.f. powder, and that is and this is, I believe, a fairly new release. This is by Becca, and it is the under eye brightening setting powder. It comes in a smaller container. This is the full size of this product, but you need so very little of this product. It is white. A lot of people, that turns them off, but I don't, because I really do like a very light under eye. It is a white powder. It looks almost identical, honestly, to the e.l.f. one. It is so beautifully finely milled. It just kind of disappears, but leaves your under eyes looking smoother and almost airbrushed. And I absolutely love it. As a matter of fact, I've done kind of a comparison test between the two, using one under one eye and one under the other, and I prefer the Becca, even though the price for the Becca is quite a bit more. I did not see if I wrote down the Becca one. I did not. I didn't write down how much the Becca under eye powder is, but be sure everything that I'm talking about today will be conveniently linked down in my description box. So go down there and take a look. But love it. I do like a lot of products from Becca, though. That's not actually new, but that product is the first time I've seen it on their website, and I scooped that baby right up. Next, I think we'll talk about brows next. I found another very, very affordable product because I very much love the Maybelline Micro Precise Brow Pencil. I love it. It's great, but I'm going through those like crazy, and they're much cheaper than, say, a Benefit product or an Anastasia product, but they're still not the cheapest thing in the world. So I was kind of looking for something, since I don't mind to spend less money in that area. I do use a brow mascara and a brow pencil, and then I use like a clear brow gel. So I use a lot of products on my brows, and the brow pencil, I use very little of it. And still, I was using many Maybelline pencils because I loved it. I still do love it. But I wanted to try something different, and this one is definitely less expensive. It is by the brand Essence, and it is their they call it Micro Precise as well. Micro Precise Eyebrow Pencil. It's waterproof. I got it in the dark brown shade. The only thing that I don't love about it, because I do love this pencil, it works very well. It stays on. It is a good color match for me. And the only thing that I don't like is that, as you can see, it doesn't have a spoolie on the end. So I do miss the spoolie, but I've got 6-7 spoolies sitting right in front of me. It's not a deal breaker. For the price of, I want to say, I think it was $2.50. Oh, I got it on sale. I got it half off. I think they were having a buy one get one half off at the time on Ulta, and its original price though was $5.98. But Essence products go on sale on Ulta quite a bit. So wait for a sale and try it out. You will not be disappointed, especially at that price. I also picked up, while I was bargain shopping, one of their soft contouring lip liners, because like I said, they were having a buy one get one half off sale, and I think this one was around $5 too. I really like this lip liner. It is a pencil, and some people don't like that. They like the retractable better instead of having to sharpen it. I don't mind either way, but I do love this shade. It is a really pretty pinky nude on me, and it's called Under My Skin. It is slightly drying if you're using it all over your entire lip. That's a downside to it. But I always end up adding a lipstick or a liquid lip and then a lip gloss anyway, so it didn't really bother me all that much that it was a tiny bit drying. You could also go in with a balm first and then put this on top. Problem solved. For the $5 price tag, you really can't beat that. Again, that was Under My Skin by Essence. I have all of these products on today, the ones that I'm talking about at least. So if you do like this look, I can try to recreate it in a tutorial later. Just go ahead and comment down below, and I'm really willing to do that. That would be great. Then for the lipstick itself, I've been going back and forth between liquid lips and bullet lipsticks. Honestly, bullet lipsticks are my favorite. They're less drying, they're easy to reapply. I just chuck it in my purse, pull it back out, and reapply. This company I wanted to talk about for a couple minutes though, because I do have a code with them, and it is listed down below, of course, in the description box, and also is linked in my Instagram. The company is called Mellow Cosmetics, and I picked up one of their creamy matte lipsticks, and I love the packaging. It's very MAC reminiscent, isn't it? It kind of has the same shape. It has a matte nude packaging, and then gold label, and it has the center of the bullet is gold. This is a very, very pretty pinky, almost a tiny bit of, maybe you'd call it a cool pink, almost on the lavender side of the pink, nude. And the name of it is Nude. It is very creamy. It has a nice scent to it. It's, I don't know, kind of vanilla, I guess. And I just think it's a really perfect nude for me, especially if I'm going for more of a cool tone look. I think it looks cool with my hair now, the color that it is. So if you want to order something from Mellow on mellowcosmetics.com, go ahead and use my code and save yourself some cash. If you don't want to, it's perfectly fine. It won't hurt my feelings at all. Still a really good lipstick. I really enjoy it. On top of that lipstick today, I put a gloss that I think I already showed in a recent video. Possibly not, it might have been on Instagram, but it's by Lunar Beauty. And I'll tell you that Lunar Beauty glosses are becoming some of my favorite glosses of all time. This one is stunning. This one came out with their Halloween collection. It is their enchantment gloss, and it's just a very pretty clear with an iridescent, kind of an iridescent glow to it. It is so pretty. The scent smells exactly like cake batter ice cream. And it tastes good too. It's not sticky at all. It's a very slick, very smooth formula. It makes any lipstick I've tried on just look so pretty and glowy, and just kind of brings life back to that, especially if you're wearing all matte products. Oh, I just love it. One of my favorites. Those are actually $17 each, and I got mine right from their website. I ordered the bundle with the Moonspell palette, and that was the gloss that came out with that set. So absolutely would I recommend it. Yes, the packaging is gorgeous. The gloss itself is of the highest quality. Love it. Let's see. What else do I have to talk about? Oh, something back to the less expensive and more affordable realm. I picked something else up from Believe Beauty. You've heard of me talk about Believe Beauty before. It is the new brand that has come out at Dollar General. And if you don't have a Dollar General in your area, I'm sorry. It's a pretty cool store, and you're probably missing out, because this brand in particular is really, really good. Again, it's called Believe Beauty, and I picked up their Volumen Eyes, E-Y-E-S, mascara. It comes in this pretty, it's a kind of a purpley navy tube, and I got the brown shade because I had a brown mascara, and the wand was trying to kill me. Every time I used it, I'd poke myself in the eye with it, and the thing was like some kind of medieval torture device. Hated it. I threw it in the trash, and I picked up a different one. And I had never used their mascara before. I've used their foundation, beautiful foundation, and their sponges, and several of their other products, but not mascara. This one still has what looks like a very pokey silicone wand, but it is so bendy. It just bends away. So if I accidentally get it too close to the lash line, it doesn't hurt me. I used it today. It's what's on my eyes today. It lengthens, it does give me volume, and the chocolatey brown color is really, really pretty, especially if you're going for something a little softer. You don't want something as harsh as maybe a black. I just think it's a really pretty, something different that I'm really going to get a lot of use out of, and this was under $5. Under $5. You heard it. So I probably will try some of their other mascaras. I've got a lot of mascaras to go through right now, a lot of black mascaras to go through right now, but I recommend. And then finally, the last product I wanted to talk to you about today is the setting spray that I used today. It's by Physicians Formula, and it is their 24 karat gold collagen setting spray. I really enjoy this. I wanted to try it because I was wondering if it would be anything like the Farsali, I think it is, gold setting spray. I had seen some people comparing them on Instagram, and I just wanted to see if it was any good. It does have some kind of a ball or something in it that I can hear kind of jingling around that mixes up the product. You do have to shake it before you use it. I used it today. I'm not going to spray more on, but it has a really nice mister. It might be a little more aggressive than I tend to like. It's not exactly a mist, it's more of a spray, so hold it back a little bit. And I gave it a couple of sprays. The scent, I didn't even notice after a few seconds of it being sprayed. And it did make my face, I think, could all be, you know, in my head, but I think it gave a nice glow without looking greasy or oily. It didn't leave big, huge droplets on my face, and I let it dry, and I can't tell you if it actually will make my makeup last any longer, but it definitely melted down all of the powder products that I put on my face and left me with a really pretty, nice, natural glow. So I'll be using more of that, and so far I'm really enjoying it. And that one was $12.97, I believe, at Walmart. You might see a little fluctuation in price depending on where you pick it up, but that's where I grabbed mine at. So convenient, yes. It's right there at Walmart. If you fall in love with it, hopefully they'll have it next time you go in there. So convenience, key. And I think that wraps it up. I think that's it. Yes, that is it for now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was a little bit helpful if you were looking for any of those kinds of products. And keep in mind that I may have a different skin type than you, so I can't guarantee that they'll work out for you, but I can give you my opinion and let you know how it works on a more mature, dry skin like mine. So, that is all for tonight. I love you all. I hope you're safe and happy wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Ha! Thought we were done, didn't you? No. I forgot to tell you to pretty please subscribe and also click the bell if you want to be notified of any future uploads. So now we're done. Probably. If I didn't forget anything. I don't think I did. Okay.